What most surprised me in the video from Frontline Putin's Road to War was learning that Boris Yeltsin, Putin's predecessor, had come to realize and admitted towards the end of his life that choosing Putin as his successor was a great mistake. Back when Clinton was president, he met with Putin and later met with Boris Yeltsin. After his meeting with Putin, Clinton expressed great concern to Yeltsin, warning him that he didn't believe that Putin had democracy in his heart. This surprised me because it was too late for Boris Yeltsin to do anything about handing over power to Putin by the time he realized it was a mistake choosing him as his successor. What most angered me about Putin's road to war was how he moved to consolidate power. One of the first things he did was take control of television. Because TV was the way 90% of people in Russia received their news, he decided to take control of that first. Media Most was the parent company to NTV, which was the largest independent media holding in Russia. He seized control of the network by raiding Media Most's office. He imprisoned the owner of NTV, Vladimir Kaczynski, and coerced him into signing over the network to a Kremlin-friendly oligarch in return for his release from prison, ultimately turning it into a state-run operation and controlling what was shown to the people of Russia. This angered me because he had complete control over what information was put out to the public. If it was unflattering or insulting to him, he would not approve it and the people wouldn't get the truth. What most disappointed me was learning how Putin used the Beslan hostage crisis, where a school in the small town of Beslan was seized by terrorists, ending in 320 deaths, half of them being children, to expand his power and control. He canceled elections throughout the country. He demanded a radical shakeup of security and greater powers for the Kremlin. After Beslan, the Kremlin had all the power. The government did not matter much anymore. The attack on the school in Beslan proved to be a signature moment of what kind of person Putin was, to use dead children as an opportunity to eliminate democracy and strengthen his position of power as leader of that country. It's disappointing to see how things played out. What most confused me about what I learned was trying to figure out what was behind Putin's obsession with Ukraine. Why was it so important for him to have control over Ukraine? I understand that Ukraine is a democratic nation and he would prefer a neighboring country like theirs to be more aligned with his idea of running a nation. However, I don't understand his egotistical and dictator mindset in thinking he can just go in and attack and take over a country that doesn't want anything to do with Russia. Based on what I saw, what I think should be done to deal with Putin is, for example, supply Ukraine with military equipment to help them fight off Russia's uncalled for attack on their country. We should keep imposing sanctions to debilitate their economy and continue to fight against them, with other countries keeping them in line. Ultimately, Putin needs to be removed as leader, but I know that he won't allow that as long as he's in power. He will cheat, kill, lie, and steal to maintain control of the country by any means necessary.